what's up? This is the Objective Jerk, and I'm said Jerk. How you doing? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. What's up, everybody? It's been a little bit. It's been a few days. My wife's been. There's some pollination going on. I think I mentioned it before. We think it's the corn, because it's like the farmers here basically they plant corn and rice, and they'll plant rice and then they do whatever, and then they plant corn, and then, just back and forth. So they plant rice, and they plant corn, then they plant rice, and then plant corn. And it's always this time of the year is when the corn is pollinating. And my wife always feels like trash. And so I have it too, like the allergies, but I got the, I sneeze, blow my nose, have some mucus, things like that. But she had really like an infection and massive pressure in her sinuses. And so she was out for like 2 days. And that's why I haven't recorded anything. So there's that. Let's see. Last episode was, the Cobra, right? Yeah, the Cobra. What'd you guys think of that? Did you watch the little video? For those that watched the video. Funny thing is, though, that wasn't the only one. Dealt with that Cobra. You guys heard me talk about it. You saw the video highlights, I guess you would say. That's the first time I've actually thought to record some sort of something going on. You know what I mean? It wasn't like actively, if the snake was chasing me or something, I'm not going to pull out my phone. But I'm usually, even if we do something and, there's a cool something, just anything, not even, dangerous or any whatever. But it's just, I don't think to pull out my phone. You know what I mean? I just be in the moment and look at it and watch and whatever, this and that. So it's kind of surprising that I thought to get the phone. But the reason was mainly so I could show my son. But I didn't have to, because we had more cobras show up later that night. So I was asleep, and all of a sudden my oldest son wakes me up. He's like, Dad, there's another cobra. It's huge. And I'm like, what? Are you serious? So we go out there, same wood pile, because I hadn't put, the wood was still from that day. I'm still working on moving it and everything. And I think maybe this cobra was looking for that one. I don't know if cobras hang out in family groups or something, but he or she was in the same place roughly where the other one was. And I was like, man, are you kidding me? So I was gonna, I'm gonna do what that guy did, right? And so I go to, get something. I don't know what it was. Maybe another light or something. But as I'm coming back, so I walked around, went inside, came back, and as I'm walking to the side of the house where my son is, because he's there watching to make sure make sure the cobra doesn't go. If it goes back into the field, whatever, but just keep an eye on it, And as I'm coming back, my dog is he's focused on something again over against the wall over here, And I'm like, what? I was like, is there another one? No way. And then at that same second, I heard some noise, leaves rustling and everything. And I'm like, oh my gosh, is there another cobra there? And I sit there and look, and sure enough, there's another over 1 meter long cobra just up against the wall. It doesn't see us at all. Oh, that's what it was. I went and got my flashlight. So I had my flashlight on it. And then I told my son to come here and hold it. And I had the digger thing, the same thing that killed the guy I used to kill the other cobra, right? So one cobra was underneath the wood pile. Pretty sure it wasn't going anywhere at the moment. So we're going to deal with the one against the wall. And I feel like the volume for this is too loud. I just cracked my knuckles, and that was pretty loud. I think I'm going to turn down this volume a little bit. Is that a little better? Okay. So God, I see it going into red too. I'm still trying to figure out I'm trying to get a nice professional sounding podcast. I'm always messing with it because I think, oh, that sounds good. And then after a while, I start to think it doesn't sound good. Please let me know if it sounds good or not. Anyway, so he's shining the light on it. The snake doesn't, I guess they don't really see that well. So it was kind of like it kind of knew something was up, but it's just kind of whatever. And so I was getting as close as I could, and I had the digger, and I'm getting ready, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, where should I do it? I should go right for it because again, I felt a little bad killing the snakes. The snakes, they're part of the ecosystem. They're killing rats and mice. It's just they happen to bite you. If they weren't poisonous and they were killing I wouldn't even care. I'd leave them be. But they're pretty poisonous. The Philippine cobra's venom is pretty bad, from what I've read. And so I'm there and I'm sitting there thinking like where I'm gonna hit it, and I'm like, okay, I'm just go right there. And then I'm like, gosh, okay, how am I gonna I don't want to miss. I don't want to nick it or miss, and then it gets pissed. And I don't know. You know what I mean? So, ooh, that was kind of loud right there too. Gosh, dang it. I'm trying to figure out what sounds best because this stuff is driving me nuts. What's that doing? Can you hear me? Hello? I don't hear myself though. Hello? See, that's the thing is I don't hear myself. Or maybe it's so good. I don't know. Anyway, gosh, this is annoying. I apologize. I suck. I'm trying to find articles that, okay, focus on the story. Okay. So I'm right there and I'm just like, okay, I don't want to miss. And then all of a sudden, from my sun shining the light, the snake caught the shadows because it's behind some bushes and stuff up against a wall. So then the snake jumps, kind of freaks out, does its hood thing and starts growling and hissing, but it's facing away from us, And so I'm kind of hesitant. I mean, I hesitated already. So it's like, I could have killed, I had the chance to take it out, but I hesitated because I was like, I don't want to admit what. And then all of a sudden it's hooding up and I'm like, crap, should I try and get it now? And I don't know. And then all of a sudden it started kind of slithering away this way. And I'm like, crap. And it's like, I don't want to get too far away from this wood one here. And we got this one over here. So it's like, and then my wife, she's kind of there and so she calls the same guy again because, apparently not apparently, but obviously I did not have, the situation in hand. And so, but I didn't want to lose track of where the snake was going, So I thought, I saw it look like it went behind our big mango tree, and I thought it was around there. But actually what it did is it made a beeline for the front of the yard where I think they're hanging out. So we were kind of looking for it. She called the guys that killed the one before. He came in there. We looked around where I thought it wasn't there. And then the one guy found, a cobra peeking through. Don't know if it was the same one, probably, but it was on the other side of the fence. They went back there. Within 2 seconds, they came out with the snake with no head, they're quick, man. And then they got this other one. So then we had 2 dead headless snakes sitting in our driveway. They're long, man, over a meter long. And so with a total of 3 cobras in the yard, so it's like, so that kind of sucked because I was getting up at 4 the next morning to go mountain biking, But yeah, so there's that. 5 years I've been here. Not quite, but pretty close to 5 years. The 20th will be 5 years. So a week from now, basically. And this is the first time. It's just kind of crazy how but I know what it was though. So we had some rice so we have property that people grow crops, right? Certain farmers will grow stuff on our property and we can either receive some sort of payment or we can just receive so much of the rice or whatever, right? So we had we had the rice. we get the rice and we have some for ourselves, then we give some to the family. But anyway, so we get it in its raw form, basically. So what they do here is like on the sides of the road and stuff, they have these like nets they'll lay down, and then they just put the rice out in the sun to let it dry, and you let it sit out there. Then you go out there and you stir it, and then you got to put it back in the bag, and you got to do that like 3 times. So my kids hated it, but so we did that. So we had like, I don't know, at one point it was like 15 bags, large bags of rice in our front garage. But I think some rats found it. You could see the evidence of rats getting into the bags and eating some of the rice and this and that. And so we procrastinated and kept putting off getting the rice milled. And so we had rats that were in there. And then if there's rats, that means, snakes are going to come, right? So that's basically, because I noticed like a rat on the top of the wall a while back, and we had a mouse that I put some, but then all of a sudden they just disappeared. I'm like, what the crap? I put these traps out. It's like, I haven't seen that rat in a while. What's going on? Yeah, now I know what was going on. The cobras were eating them. So, I mean, they did me a favor. So, hey, thanks for getting rid of the pests I had. Now I'm going to kill you. But, yeah, it's the way it goes, I guess.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Thanks again for listening to The Objective Jerk. I greatly appreciate it. If you could like, subscribe, comment on wherever you're finding this, and you can also email me at theobjectivejerk@gmail.com. So hope you're enjoying it, and please continue on with the episode. I don't know, but so yeah, so that's what's been going on. That and been trying to like clean my tool room, which is where my bikes are, and stuff was kind of getting like piled up in there, and so I had to kind of organize. So I'm like cleaning the front garage and making room so I can move some stuff there, and then move some tool. I don't know. I'm just doing like some just normal house stuff, you know what I mean? But my first day in the garage, though, I was like really kind of being watchful. I had my boots on and I was watching for if there was any more cobras in there. I don't know if they were going in there, but I know it's possible for them to, so I wouldn't be surprised. But what do you want? You want rats or cobras? Decide. No. But I bought these like sonar little plug-in things that are for pests. You plug them in and there's like 3 settings, and it's supposed to keep away like ants and mice and stuff like that. I don't think it really works. Maybe a little bit, but not, I don't know, because I've had them for a while now. The thing that sucks though is when the power goes out, they turn off. You have to turn them back on. They don't just stay on. But I don't know. I don't know if this, maybe I bought cheap ones, or because I hate having the sticky pads and, and dealing. I mean, mouse traps are one thing, but anyway, so I don't know, just normal life going on with me. Went biking twice that the next day after the Cobras, and then we went again on Sunday. So that was Friday night, the Cobras, Friday and Friday night. Went riding Saturday, Sunday. I asked my riding buddies if they wanted to go riding today, but I didn't get an answer. So, but it's fine. I got a lot of stuff to do here at home. Yeah, so that's what's going on with me. As you can see, the lighting's a little different because I got this plant here that I'm letting get some sunlight, so I open the curtains. But yeah, that's what's going on with me. What about y'all? What's going on with y'all? Let's see, man. I know right now it's like the activism and protests that are going on in the States right now. It's just kind of starting to get crazy again. I'm so glad that, gosh, see, right there, it sounded kind of like, I can't hear myself talk, but I can kind of hear, oh my gosh, dude. Am I ever going to get this stuff down? I got to figure out something here. Anyway, but I'm just glad that my kids, they're going to go to college here. and not be indoctrinated, you know. Like honestly, if somehow magically my kids won like a free scholarship to like Columbia University or something like that, I wouldn't send them. I think, nah, no. I'd rather them do, you know, get their bachelor's and whatever here, and then maybe if they want to continue on with their education, you know, once they get their bachelor's, go to the States, get a job, whatever. And if they want to further, you know, their education, then that's fine. But I'm glad that they're here to do, you know, get their associates and get their bachelor's and everything. My oldest son is going to go and do nursing, which I didn't think that would be his thing. But honestly, he doesn't 100% know what he wants to do. And I was like that too, you know. So nursing, he's into fitness. He loves going to the gym and working out. So, you know, after talking and figuring some stuff out, you know, we thought like, well, nursing, you're always going to have a job, always. And then he can get a job nursing, and then in the States if he wants, then he can start, if he wants to go and do like, you know, physical therapy maybe, or do something with fitness as well, and or who knows, whatever, you know, then he can do that. So that's kind of what he's thinking. And then I still got a few more years for my other kids yet, so. But yeah, the stuff that's going on. And then it's like there's people, you know, people are getting paid to protest about Doge. They're getting paid. You know, so it's not a real protest. It's not real. It's all bullshit. Dude, everything the Democrats do is straight up bullshit. It's all fake. It's all lies so they can keep getting their money and live their fancy life. And dude, it's all ridiculous, dude. You know, they're finding so much crap. I know it's at this point, it's like, it's just, you know, words or like, you know, a list of stuff. But I mean, people are like, well, we want proof. And it's like, well, you know, they probably have a document that proves like so much money to this one, whatever. But so they went through and they got everything. Or, I mean, I guess they're using AI to go through, and that's where they're finding stuff. But then they got to really kind of go through and read it and get the details. But, you know, they're not going to give all the details, like certain, but they're finding all these people, you know, the old people that are getting paid Social Security, 130 years old and whatever and whatnot. Like the oldest person in the States is like 114, I think. And then you have like a bunch of kids received payments from the COVID fund, like children. Like, that's kind of weird. What is that about? I don't know. There's just so many like weird things you can just tell. And then you got people that are just so upset about it because they're losing their money. They're losing their slush funds. They're so upset. So they're paying people to protest. Oh no, they're taking away my money, which I stole from you. You know what I mean? They're like straight up crooks. I mean, all politicians are pieces of shit. And like I said, the MAGA party currently right now, 10 years from now, they're going to end up being corrupt and pieces of shit too, I'm sure. You know what I mean? But it's nice to kind of cut the strings of so many puppets. And it's on both sides, man. There's so many Republicans, Democrats, they're all puppets. And Elon Musk is cutting the strings with his chainsaw. It's crazy. But I haven't really been watching too much news and stuff. I've been kind of busy lately. I mean, I do watch a few, you know, things. That's how I knew about the protester getting paid. And who knows, maybe he's actually lying, or maybe he's paid by the other side to say that, or who knows. You know, there's so much psyop going on that anything is possible. But like I said, I've always been pretty good at seeing bullshit. You know what I mean? Like just looking at something and not maybe knowing exactly what's wrong, but just like that doesn't look right. Something is not right about this. Like there's something. You know what I mean? I've been pretty good about that. And like even I got scammed, right? And I was seeing it the whole time, but I never trusted my gut. I think I talked about before when I first got out of the army, I was waiting for a job in Nevada. And so I was just working like whatever little jobs to do until, because it was a government job. Or no, actually, I don't think it was. It wasn't a government job. But it was very similar to like government work, extensive background checks and all that kind of stuff. And so I saw an ad for, working for a company that's looking to find an office locally, and they need somebody to kind of, boots on the ground and whatever, this kind of whatever. And, I hadn't, it had been like over 5 years since I worked in the civilian sector, and technology had changed pretty drastically in those 5 years. And so like things have kind of changed. So it was like, they're like, hey, we need you to go and check out some places that are for rent and take pictures and email it back to us and this and that. So that was like my job, and it was like, that's kind of weird. Like I think I saw that thing and I sent the email and I got a response pretty quick. Like it all happened really fast. And I was like, man, that's kind of weird, but I didn't think much about it. And then they're like, here, go do this, go check this, and then send the pictures. And then after, give us your mileage and all this kind of stuff. And then they'll pay for the mileage and whatever, this and that. And I'm like, man, they're pretty, like, I haven't really talked to anybody. Like I haven't really, even on the phone, talked. So it just kind of felt weird, but I was just like, benefit of the doubt, right? And then when I did finally talk to him, it was odd. And now that I think about it, it's like, dude, it's so obvious it was a scam. But I remember just like, this is weird. Why is this? I kept questioning like everything, but it never clicked. It never was like, oh, this is a scam. And I actually I made out okay, because what their scam was, they told me like, oh, you got to open up, because I had a USAA. Well, I still do. And they couldn't do the scam with USAA Bank because there's no physical bank. USAA, I mean, there was one in Texas or whatever, but basically it was all online, because it was for the military, and you're always moving around and everything like that. And so like, oh no, that's not going to work. And this was a thing right here. It's got to be Wells Fargo or something, and I'm like, well, why? That's weird. Again, and then what they do is they send a check, or how'd they do it? I think they mailed the check, and then I'm supposed to deposit it into Wells Fargo or something. Or what was it? I can't remember how it worked now. But what I did is like I immediately took the money out to USAA. So the money, I got the money, but then the Wells Fargo account was negative because you know what I mean? Like it was really kind of a weird thing. And I lost the account, and I filed whatever for fraud and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, it was like the whole time. And this went on for about 2 weeks, I want to say. Maybe just a week. But I'm thinking 2. But the whole time it was just like the red flag, this and that. But I just didn't listen, you know what I mean? And there's other times too, when I was younger, I could always kind of see some bullshit. It's not like it's like some superpower or like some telepathy or anything like that, but it's just like I could always just get a sense of something wasn't right. So, with everything going on with the politics and stuff like that, you could just kind of see it, and you're just like, dude, what? That doesn't seem right. That's not right. You know what I mean? 1 minute they're saying this, now they're saying this. It's just flip-flopping and all these lies. And it just, I could just kind of tell. I didn't know. I didn't have proof. I didn't have, but it just, something didn't seem right. And then now it's like, okay, now here it comes. And now stuff's coming out. But then you got people on the left, but I don't think it's the people, man. I think it's the deep state that's just really trying to push it. And, most people look at the map, all the counties, all the red. Most people are starting to see the bullshit. Not everybody, but most. So it's good. It's nice. But anyway, that's it. I've been talking for a long time. Just wanted to kind of catch up, and that's about it. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks for listening. Thanks for commenting and likes and all that kind of stuff. And see you next time. God bless. All right. Bye. You just put yourself through another episode of The Objective Jerk. Thanks again for hanging out with me. Please email me at theobjectivejerk@gmail.com. Like, subscribe, comment, wherever you find this, follow. It all helps. But thanks again, and I'll see you next time.